Your brain is being shaped every single day. The only question is whether you're the one shaping it. Every time you grab your phone without thinking, let an app remember something instead of you, repeat the same routine, or take in information without ever trying to recall it, your brain gets really good at exactly one thing: picking the easiest path available. But intelligence isn't just about how much you know. In real life, being sharp means catching patterns faster, holding on to what actually matters, adjusting when things change, staying focused long enough to work through a problem, and drawing better links between things you already know. In this video, you'll get 5 simple daily habits built to train exactly those skills. These aren't IQ hacks or brain training games. They're practical methods grounded in neuroscience and learning science that sharpen memory, focus, mental flexibility, and problem solving over the next 30 days. And the first habit takes under 2 minutes. Habit 1. Rebuild it, don't reread it. Think about the last useful thing you read or watched. Could you explain it right now without looking at it? Most people can't. And that's not a memory problem, it's a habit problem. We finish something, feel like we understood it, and move straight to the next thing. That feeling of understanding is called recognition. It's easy. But recognition is not the same as recall. You can recognize a fact and still fail to produce it later when you actually need it. Here's the fix. Once a day, after you learn something useful, close the source. Then ask yourself, what were the 3 most important things I just took in? Don't peek. Force your brain to pull the answer out on its own. This is called retrieval practice, and it's one of the most well-supported ways to make memory stick. Do this after a meeting, after a chapter, after a video like this one. 60 seconds is enough. Once you get good at pulling information back out, the next habit teaches your brain to actually use it. Habit 2. Guess before you Google. Here's something almost nobody does anymore. The second we hit a question we can't answer, we reach for a search bar. Forgot a name? Search it. Confused by a concept? Ask an AI. Stuck on a problem? Find a tutorial. These tools are genuinely useful, but there's a cost to using them too early. When you search immediately, your brain never gets the chance to try. So build in a short delay. When you hit a problem that's safe to sit with, give yourself 10 minutes before you look anything up. Write down what you already know. Take a guess. Break it into smaller pieces. Attempt an answer, even a rough one. Then check yourself. The gap between your guess and the real answer is where the learning actually happens. It also trains something called metacognition, your ability to judge your own thinking. Over time, you get a much clearer sense of when your instincts are reliable and when they're not. This kind of struggle feels slower in the moment. That's exactly why it works so well. Habit 3. Mix it up, don't drill it in. Most people practice one skill at a time, over and over, until it feels smooth. 10 similar problems in a row. 20 flashcards from the same category. The same task, repeated until it's automatic. It feels productive. But repetition like this often trains you to repeat a pattern, not to recognize which pattern actually fits a new situation. There's a better approach. Researchers call it interleaving. Instead of practicing one type of thing over and over, you mix different types together. Now your brain has an extra job before it can even start solving anything. Figuring out what kind of problem this actually is. You can use this anywhere. Learning a language? Rotate between listening, speaking, and recall, instead of drilling one skill for an hour. Studying a new field? Compare a few different topics in the same sitting, instead of staying stuck on one. Even 10 mixed minutes builds a skill that matters more than any single fact, knowing what you're actually dealing with. But learning something new takes more than mental effort. Your body plays a part too. Habit 4. Move right after you think hard. Most people treat thinking and moving as 2 separate parts of the day. You work with your brain, then later you go for a walk or hit the gym. But research keeps linking physical activity to brain health and the brain's ability to form new connections. So instead of only tracking how much you move, pay attention to when you move. After a demanding study session, take a short walk. Stuck on a hard problem? Walk without filling the silence with a podcast. After an important meeting, walk for 5 or 10 minutes and try to reconstruct what was actually said. That last one combines 2 habits from this video at once: movement and retrieval. There's another reason this works. Walking pulls you out of the exact spot where you got stuck. Your surroundings change, your body is active, and your mind gets space to reorganize what it just took in without adding anything new to process. Try pairing a short walk with your hardest thinking of the day. Not to burn calories, because your brain keeps working on a problem even after you stop staring at it directly. Habit 5. Close the day with 3 questions. Most people end the day with a screen. TV, social media, one more video, then sleep. Try something different for 2 minutes before bed. Reconstruct your day from memory. But don't just ask what you did. Ask 3 sharper questions. What did I learn today? What surprised me? And what did I change my mind about? That last one matters most. If you can't remember the last time a small opinion of yours shifted, you might be taking in information without letting any of it update your thinking. Maybe a task was easier than you expected. Maybe someone showed you a better way to do something. Maybe an assumption turned out to be wrong. Just notice it. You don't need to do anything else with it. Sleep plays a real role in memory consolidation, the process that helps new information settle and stick. You're not turning bedtime into another task. You're just giving your brain one clear signal before it shuts down. This is what mattered today. 2 minutes. That's genuinely enough. So what actually happens if you run these 5 habits for 30 days? They won't turn your brain into a supercomputer overnight, and nobody honest should promise that. What they will do is change how you use the brain you already have. You'll spend more time pulling information out instead of endlessly taking more in. You'll sit with hard problems a little longer before reaching for an easy answer. You'll mix your practice so your brain gets better at spotting patterns, not just repeating them. You'll pair movement with your hardest thinking. And you'll end each day by deciding what was actually worth keeping. There's one idea underneath all 5 habits. Your brain adapts to whatever you repeatedly ask it to do. Ask it to consume, and it gets good at consuming. Ask it to remember, guess, compare, move, and reflect, and you're training the exact behaviors behind sharper thinking. So don't try to fix your whole routine tomorrow. Start with habit 1. The next time you finish a video and reach for something else, stop for 60 seconds first. See how much of this you can rebuild from memory without scrolling back. You've already started.